This message is brought to you by the 3rd Annual Butterfly Festival at the Water Conservation Garden in El Cajon, Saturday, May 14th. Bring your fly swatters. The fly swatter was actually invented by Frank H. Rose of Weir City, Kansas, and his Boy Scout troop in 1906, while the Scouts were building window screens for the people of the town as part of a public health campaign to control fly-borne diseases. What they did is they cut the leftover pieces into little squares and nailed them to a yardstick, creating what they called the fly bat, which eventually morphed into the fly swatter. Actually, the first U.S. president that was a Boy Scout was John F. Kennedy. He was not in office long enough for anybody to not like him, thus beloved by everybody. Fidel Castro, not so much. Since the Boy Scouts of America was founded in 1911, the only president ever to achieve their highest rank of Eagle Scout was Gerald Ford. And I also am an Eagle Scout. And scouting for me was my salvation, since I had learning disabilities and school was a place where I was inundated with failure and low self-esteem. That comes along with that I was headed down the road of self-destruction. No self-confidence, didn't have any self-worth. But scouting, for me, was a safe place outside of school where I could experience success and build my self-confidence and my self-esteem. Scouting taught me how to achieve impossible goals by breaking that impossible goal down to much smaller, manageable goals. So I became convinced that achieving any goal from Eagle Scout to reaching the summit of Mount Everest is made up of about 95% determination and only 5% perspiration. Sir Edmund Hillary, who was the first man to ever successfully climb Mount Everest and live, said, and I quote, "I think it all comes down to motivation. If you really want to do something, you'll work hard for it." And I need to remind myself that every day. Right now, I am fat and swirly, about 35 pounds overweight, and desperately need to lose weight. And the idea of a goal of losing 35 pounds is unimaginable to me. It's huge. It scares me. But I do know from what I've learned that if I just break my goal down to one day at a time, where I manage my caloric intake and do 45 minutes of cardio 5 days a week and work out and burn more calories than I'm taking in, I can eventually lose weight a pound at a time. And that's my goal. I am putting it out there that I want to lose 35 pounds. I'm not putting a time limit on it. I'm just going to start tomorrow, watching my caloric intake and working out. And I think if I am determined enough and have the motivation to really do this, and I work hard for it, I can lose 35 pounds. So if you're struggling with anything like that, join me in trying to reach an impossible goal. I just want to say that no insects were harmed in the making of this video. Scout's honor.